Hello and welcome to another episode of the Scientist Hay Farmer. Today I'm just going to make a real quick video in response to a question one of my subscribers had. I don't remember who it was, unfortunately, but they said, how can you test the function of the knotters, or actually run the knotters to test your knots to see how they're functioning? So I'm going to make a short video today that shows exactly how to do that. There is a safe way to do it that requires two people, and there is a slightly more dangerous version of it that I will also show you, and then there is a safer way of the dangerous version that I'm going to show you. The dangerous version basically involves reaching in, grabbing the twine when the plunger stroke is all the way back inside the baler, then pulling the twine out, holding it tightly, and then you're going to be tripping the knotter arm. The safest way to do this is to cycle them by hand, but it will require two people. You'll need one person up on the flywheel, spinning the flywheel in the direction of travel, which is counterclockwise on this baler, also as noted by the arrow. You will want to make sure that your PTO is supported, and my PTO is hooked up to the tractor. The tractor PTO spins freely if the tractor is not running, so it is supported in this case. One person will be spinning this. You'll come back here. You'll need to make sure your needles are in the home position so they will cycle when you are running the flywheel. And you would just achieve that by grabbing onto the needle brake arm here and pulling back on it really hard this way. And then let's move around to the other side again. The person up front will slowly start spinning the flywheel while you reach inside and grab this twine here. Let me get a better angle on that. While you reach inside and then grab both of these pieces of twine here and right there and right here, pull them towards you. Once the needles move up through here to tie the knot, what you're actually going to do is pull on that twine hard while the knotters are tying, because the person up front is still rotating. And as you're pulling on that string, it's going to help pull the string off the bill hook, and it's going to make a knot for you. Another way to do it is what I'm going to demonstrate now. Is I'm actually going to run the baler at a very slow RPM, and I actually learned this way from an Amish guy who is kind of a mad genius at working on these. When the plunger is all the way in the backstroke, I'm going to reach in and I'm going to grab this twine real fast. I'm going to pull it out to me, and then I'm going to reach in and grab the second piece of twine and pull it out to me as well. Once I have both of them in my hand and I'm holding them back here, I'm going to take my other hand and I'm going to cycle the knotters while yanking on the string, and it's going to tie a knot, and that'll allow me to inspect the knot and check the function of the knotters. One way that could be a little safer is to actually take your string and pull it out while the baler's off, and you could try to fix it or tie it here or something, so you already have it out of the way in your hands, so you're not trying to reach in there by the plunger. Do not do this if you are feeling uncomfortable about it or not completely sure about it.
I shot this clip just to give you some perspective on the position of the string relative to the plunger. The plunger doesn't hit the string, but it does come right up close to it. So keep your hand out of the way if you decide to do this method.
Another thing you could do that might be a little safer than actually sticking your hand in there, and this is kind of a hybrid, safety hybrid method, is use a hay hook that you can just reach in there, and as soon as the plunger's on its way back, just reach in there and snag it, pull that string towards you. You will notice at near the end of the clip there, after I trip the knot, or you'll see I take my left hand and I reach it into the bail chute real quick, and I am pulling on both of the strings with both of my hands, because you really do want a lot of tension on that string as you're pulling it off, so it makes a clean knot, it ties properly, and it reloads the knotters and everything. Anyway, that is all there is to it. If you need to troubleshoot something on your needles, or your knotters I should say, you want to test them, see how they're tying, this is how you do it. Again, if you do not like doing it with the baler running, if you're too insecure or unsure about that, no problem. Safety is never a bad thing. You just need a second person to cycle the flywheel while you are pulling on that twine. And just remember, the key here is you need to be putting a lot of tension on that twine during the tying process. When it is tying with a bale, there's another bale that's pushing against it, or there's more hay that's pushing against it that's coming out. There's a tremendous amount of tension on that twine when it is tying a bale off during baling. So you need to be sure to have that on there with your hand too, in order to get a good and proper tie. Finally, one thing I did want to mention that I neglected to earlier, sounds like the whole world is blowing away out here. I was running the baler in field position, so the tongue is opened up. I never run the baler when it's closed in road position. I do not want to put any additional stress on that, any of those PTO yokes or joints in that drive line. Secondly, I just had the tractor running in a very low RPM, about 800 RPM, just an idle. It doesn't need to be going crazy. You just need to have the baler running. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments below. Yes, you can tell me how stupid or dangerous I am, if you so choose. I actually did bruise my elbow doing that, pulling the string back during one of the takes, and hit myself on the frame, so that kind of felt good. Anyway, if you found this useful and you want to see more, then be sure to like and subscribe, hit the little bell for notifications, and I'm always posting more content, and that way you know when I got more stuff up. Anyways, guys, glad to see you again. Happy farming. I'll see you next time.